Two teen brothers arrested with guns, drugs, and cash.
One of them 17, the other 15, facing multiple charges too. One of the 4 guns Hillsborough County deputies found was a ghost gun, an AR pistol made with parts ordered online. The latest federal data shows in 2023, more than 2,000 kids under 17 were found with ghost guns.
Our investigative team has spent months looking into how kids are getting their hands on gun parts, putting them together, and using them in crimes. Tonight, Jennifer Titus shows you how ghost guns are untraceable and accessible.
Yet another school shooting. This time, it happened in California.
15-year-old Gracie Muehlberger was one of the students killed on that November day. A day.
Yeah.
Her dad, Brian, remembers in vivid detail.
At some point, a doctor comes in, a surgeon, and he sits across from me as close as I am to you, maybe closer. These rooms are really small. And he gives you that blank stare. And then he just tells me, we worked on your daughter for an hour and a half and we did everything we could and she didn't make it. The only way I can describe what happened at that point in my body was I wept and I wailed and I cried. I just fell to the ground. It was just like a visceral pain coming out of my body.
But this investigation isn't about another school shooting.
It'll be 6 years this year.
It's about what Brian learned after his daughter's death.
So, within a very short period of time after the shooting, we heard that the firearm used was what's called a ghost gun, kind of a slang term for a kit gun that you can buy and build. And never heard the term before.
A gun kit the shooter could have easily ordered himself at just 16 years old.
It's truly kits that are made and sold online or in stores or at gun shows that are highly accessible.
Our investigation has uncovered kids have purchased gun kits online. How many? Well, the latest data from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, otherwise known as ATF, shows from 2022 to 2023, more than 2,300 juveniles under the age of 17 were found with a ghost gun.
Digging through court documents and lawsuits, we found ghost guns have been involved in the deaths of kids from Minnesota to Georgia to Florida. It happened in Fort Myers and also Vero Beach, where teens were handling a ghost gun in a boy's bedroom.
Apparently he had put together over a period of a year. His mother knew about that. She wasn't aware that he had ammunition. He clearly had ammunition and gotten that at some time.
And he's how old?
He was 14 to 15 years.
Police Chief David Curry says the young teen purchased the parts himself and put together the gun that ultimately took his life.
A 14-year-old can't go into a gun store and purchase a gun.
Not at all.
But they can go online and purchase the parts to make one themselves.
Correct.
And that's completely legal.
That's legal and it should not be.
Brian also knows how easy it is to purchase because he did the same thing after his daughter Gracie's death in her name.
This is 4 months after she had been killed and put her name on the order form and then went back and finished the checkout process. So I officially lied by clicking that checkbox, but that's how easy it is.
It's why he filed this lawsuit against the ATF to regulate gun kits, specifically the 80% receiver and frames that allows you to make a gun at home. There has been a back and forth by both the Biden and Trump administrations on how these types of guns should be regulated. But the Supreme Court ruled earlier this year that certain unfinished frames, receivers, and weapons parts kits are considered firearms and are subject to federal regulations, including requiring serial numbers, background checks, and record keeping for dealers. These photos from the ATF show the difference in what is regulated under the Gun Control Act. This is still not considered a firearm because it's missing holes and dimples for attaching key parts, including the trigger, while this other photo of a receiver has a partially machined fire control cavity, and the ATF says this does meet the definition of a firearm.
Here's an AR-15 rifle kit.
We shopped site after site, putting in kit after kit, and not once did any of the sites tell us there would be a background check and only asked us to verify our age by clicking a box. It's all we had to do before putting in our credit card information and hitting purchase.
Should kids be allowed to purchase kits online and put together their own guns?
Right. Clearly, no. I believe clearly no. And like I said, there's a lot of hobbies out there for adults and young people. But with regard to adults as a hobby, like you said, that may be one thing. Building guns, you know, putting puzzles together, what have you. But for a juvenile to build a gun and to be able to order the parts online, to me is totally unjust.
Do you think it's a loophole that's just been overlooked?
Absolutely, absolutely.
In a perfect world, we'd find a way together to do it. And, you know, I would love to ask every one of these folks how they would feel if they lost their child. So it's easy to be on the one side until you're on the other side.
And now some states do ban ghost guns. Florida, though, is not one of them. It's not just kids getting their hands on these gun kits. Felons are too. We'll show you how you can watch our entire special, Untraceable and Accessible, streaming now on the 10 Tampa Bay Plus app. Jennifer Titus, 10 Investigates.